Okay, we want to say welcome and welcome again to the Exchange Forum. Yes, indeed, come let us build the land. Arunika and other people have been asking, what is the interpretations of the song I know that we usually play as our intro? It's actually we should come together as a Liberians to actually build the land and build Liberia. Despite where you are, whether you're in America, you on the farm, wherever you are, come let us put our hands together and build the land. So I want to say welcome to the Exchange Forum and welcome to the career hour of the Exchange Forum. Today we are here with another fascinating discussion and having our brother today in studio that are going to be talking to us on issues concerning uh, career planning today. So on that note, we're going to take our set of panelists on a discussion today for a brief introduction so that we can get into the show and get the show running today. So we're going to start with Aronika. From Aronika, we'll go to Orita. On Orita, then we'll go to our brother Mohammed. So thank you and welcome. Stay tuned.
Good evening from my end. Hope you guys are doing fine. So my name is Arunika G. Minan and I'm currently in Rwanda, East Africa.
Good evening. My name is Orita Kiese. I'm a student in Kigali, Rwanda, studying at the Kigali Independent University.
Wow, the world is so beautiful. You guys are in good evening. Let me say good evening, Chief Mohammed, Secretary of Liberian Community, and a humble servant. I am happy to be here this morning to have interactive and educative discussions with our important guest, Mr. Daniel K. Dennis. Thank you, guys.
Okay, I want to say thank you. I think you listened to our set of panelists on today's editions of the Exchange. That is the career of the Exchange. So on that note, we turn over to our guest today on the show for a brief introduction. Please unmute. You are mute.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, it's much better. Sure, it's much better.
Okay, sorry. My name is Daniel Dennis, and I joined the conversation from Monrovia, Liberia, and I'm the president for the Student Against Corruption and the first ever Liberian to participate in the Community Engagement Exchange Program in the United States. I got back like 5 or 6 days ago. And it's a pleasure to be on this platform.
Sure, thank you. It's a pleasure having you as well, Chief. I want to say welcome. We hope, I always like to rush to say this because at times we usually forget. Probably, we just hope that it will not be your last, your first or last time appearing here. So it's a pleasure having you as well, having young men like you to talk to young people, and especially while talking about people, that's a students against corruption. We hope to get you one day to talk about that. Okay, on that backdrop, we're going to strictly dive into today's discussion. As you are aware, the topic today on a discussion is the topic on a discussion today is should we plan our career based on gender, or our career should be choosing based on the gender? So we're going directly into the discussion right now. So to our guest speaker today, my question is that it is important to consider or to take into consideration when planning your career or when choosing a career, it is important to consider gender.
So, Elijah, here's my point. We live in a modern world, and before women, in the past, according to history, women used to be kept at home. They did not have the opportunity to go to school. That was in the past. We live in a modern world where people can choose their gender. We don't just have two sets of gender in the world. The world is advanced. We have people who are bisexual. We have a lot of things. So people have a lot of different gender. And here's the issue. We think career agenda today, we have women who are lawyers. We have women who are choosing their career, have become one of the best lawyers. So gender shall not be considered when choosing your career. The issue about career is something different. So your gender don't determine which career you go for. Today, women make it do the same thing. Women can write trader. I saw women writing trader. I saw women doing a lot of hard work, similar work that men do. So I think the issue of career is what we choose to do and what we choose to put our passion to live, to do, to become someone professional in life. Some people have different professionals. So I think gender shall not be considered when choosing your career. The first thing that should be considered is your passion, what you want to do, your strength in that area, and what is more important is your passion. That is what you choose to do. But gender should be taking all of the issue, because women nowadays, before people could say women couldn't do anything, but today you have, I believe that you and another female can do the same career. That female could be better than me in that area. You should never consider, even today, men are activate for gender-based violence against women. So no matter where you are from, or no matter which gender you occupy, you can do the same. You can do best in that area. So using your gender as a yardstick to determine your career, I think it's not unique. It's unfounded, and it should never be used as a key to develop to choose your career in life. Some people, when they come out of high school, they choose their career based upon their friends they have, which is also wrong. So gender should be taken out of the state. People should choose what they are passionate about, what they want to do, and what they're capable of doing. Because if I'm not a good math student, I want to become a mathematician. No matter how I practice, I'm not putting my time to it. It depends on how you build your foundation. Some people are good journalists. When they were in high school, you could see that passion. They grew up doing research, doing a lot of things coming up in that era. Both men and female, both people work in the journalism field. Anywhere you find men, you also find women. So gender should be taken out of the picture when choosing your career. We should focus on mostly passion and what you're passionate about, what you want to do, and what your strength lies. Because at times someone want to do something. You cannot be you want to become a lawyer, but you are not a good reader. You don't put time to read. So it's there you want to become an author, and you cannot read, and you cannot represent. So what you are passionate about, what your strength lies, is what you do. But gender should be taken all of this. But right now we have a very possible may have another gender that will be discussed later. So people have different gender, and so we shall not consider gender when choosing our career. Our career, that was in the past, but we live in a modern world now. So what we should look at when we are choosing our career is few things. We should ask ourselves, am I passionate about what I want to do? What I want to see myself if I become a medical doctor? What I intend to achieve 10 years from now? If I want to become a pilot, or I want to become a musician, what I intend to achieve. So you should ask yourself the very hard question, what you intend to achieve. You should lay that path. I think planning is one of the things. If you want to, when you want to choose your career, you should be able to plan. You should be passionate about it. Some people go to BSc as computer, in computer. People go to BSc in computer, but they don't know how to code computer. How can you be passionate? How can you choose a career in computer when you cannot put a computer? I think it's wrong. So your gender, today we have women who produce devices, who work in the very industry. We have men who do the same. So we think women and men are on a computing point right now. So when we are choosing our career, we should not consider our gender or whatsoever. There's a saying, what men can do, women can do the same. So what's the essence of choosing your gender, your career based upon your gender? I think it's totally, anyone who want to look at the gender before choosing their career is wrong.
Okay, sir, we listen to
cannot
you
have
close. Hello, are you there? We listen to you closely, making a point, providing us a point that we should not choose our career based on our gender. And probably looking at scope of work these days, let me be very specific when it comes to certain gender, or let's say when it comes to certain career, like for engineering, right? Where we talk about mechanical engineering, where you have less female in that aspect. Now, especially looking at Liberia, where we all are from, you understand that when you see women in let's say doing engineering work, especially mechanical engineering and a whole lot of things, people will have different views and different opinions on them. So how do you consider, or how do you classify people who are probably like female? Let's look at the female aspect. Who wants to go in the engineering department? Who want to go in other department? Because if my memory can serve me right, Madam Helen Johnson Sirleaf was one of the outstanding female presidents in Liberia in Africa, and after that, she actually become like war icon, where people have understood that female can do the same. So I do believe because of her gender back then, or the gender of a female, decided that people cannot occupy certain positions. So what would you say to that?
So, like, I could appreciate if the question, if you can repeat that question, I have to connect a different device to get it properly. So I don't know, I'm not getting you from the device.
Yeah, my question is, how can you consider like females who wants to go like engineering departments and other departments that the scope of work is probably directly proportional to the work of a man or male, like probably lifting or heavy weight, doing other things, maybe like mechanical engineering, construction engineering, where they have to climb taller buildings and have to go up there to do certain things. So how do we consider that
But
part
Elijah,
of the?
we we have women who we have women who are in that field, and we have women who are in that field. We have women who are electricians. I see women claiming on electrical pole to pull light on. Women women are not exemption from claiming. Some women are very strong. Some women are very powerful. Where their passion lies is where they go. I was so shocked to see women or women climbing on or electrical pole to do something. So that gives me the belief that women, and here's the thing, we have some women in the mechanical engineer. I think you saw, I could have searched for that. You saw a women or woman who was working as a mechanic. She would go on the car, repair the car. She would do all of that. I see nothing. I see nothing wrong with that because that's passion. People are passionate about what they want to do. And women shall not look at their gender when selecting something. Early 2030 is an example. A lot of great women are examples who are doing a lot of great things. No one believes that women are going. Today we have a female vice president in the U.S. We have all over the place. If you are going to tell people like in the 90s or the 80s that a woman are going to serve as president for a country, or women are going to be ruling the entire nation, women are going to be doing a lot of amazing things, we were not going to believe it. But today, we see a society wherein we make it compete with men. We make it take the stage and debate with men on issues. So this is a society we find ourselves in. Women are one of the most amazing people. Some women are brave, courageous, and they can do so much amazing things as compared to men. So I think the issue of looking at gender-wise selecting your career is 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 wrong. You shall not look at your gender when selecting your career. Instead, you should look at what you are passionate about, what you want to do, and what you choose to do. So I think that's the best way to follow if you want to choose a career instead of looking at your gender. But we have women who are doing the same work that men are doing. We have women who are doing a lot of amazing work in those areas as mechanical engineer. We have MPTC. I think you are from Library, Moreover Vocational Training Center. Code, you see women in the mechanical department, women in the electrical department, women are doing plumbing work. A few years ago, you said women can do a plumbing work, wherein you will not believe it, but we have them doing it because they are passionate about it. That is the field they want to go in. So gender, the issue about gender has been erased. So here's the thing: we don't have. Here's the difference: we no longer have that tool. We have a lot of the world has changed completely. Things are different. We have women who are into a whole lot of stuff, men who are into a whole lot of stuff, so they do a lot of different things. So the issue of how worry for gender, so some women are male and female. So I think with the world we live in today, we shall not consider gender in that area because we want to consider gender.
Yeah, we are losing our guest gradually, Aronika. I think the internet from Liberia is somehow dangling. We are losing him gradually. So, Aronika, you can start from there.
Yeah, so for my point, what I think is when we speak of gender, we talk about both male and female. So we should also look in the direction of a male too. We shouldn't just talk only about female choosing career and not choosing it based on her her gender. But it will interest you to know that they have lot of males who choose career based on their gender. For example, you have a male who knows how to cook very well, and he would love to become a chef. But I think that entire mindset that society has, that cooking is only for women, so you won't see him going into that field because he feels like that career is not for him and is for a female. So we should also look at it on the other side. And what I wanted to ask our guest, I'm glad he's back. I wanted to know if there's a career that's only for a male or for female. If they have a career in society, like for this career,
Yes,
male
yeah,
can,
yeah, yeah. So here's the
and if
thing.
they welcome back, you are saying something.
So here's the thing. So how will you? Here's the point. We don't have a career right now. The world we live
So I think he was trying to say we don't have a career that is limited to a male or a female. So we just have to be passionate about what we want to do, yes, who we want to become, and we go for it. I think one of the reasons why people try to use their gender and choose their career is based on this whole bullying thing. Society bully people a lot. For example, like the example I gave with the chef, if they see a guy in the kitchen, or if he just try to speak out and say, I want to become a chef, I want to cook, they start to bully you. It's the same thing
So yeah,
too.
the thing. We have men. Sorry, I'm back. We have men who work in restaurant. We have men who cook even more than women. There are some women who don't cook at all. Uh, Somebody don't cook well. I know of a girl who don't cook well, but uh, she she have a boyfriend who cook very well. So that's the issue. Here's the thing. The thing with the world we live in today is so complicated. We have erased the aspect of gender to do a specific thing. So there's nowhere everything has erased completely. Because the world has changed completely and people do a lot of stuff. So some people are male, the thing are saying to female. So there are a lot of things going on in the world. So gender, the issue about gender has made everything complicated. It was in the past, but for now we don't have any career that men can do that women cannot do. So everybody can do the same.
Yeah, we're going to listen to the other set of panelists as you listen to our guest speaker on today's edition, providing us information on as to what the gender, let's say career should be chosen based on your gender. Probably you say you are a female, you are feeling inferior, you don't want the society to bully you because you go in certain field or you decide to do certain things. And he is saying no. Don't be deterred by that. You can go for whatsoever you can do. When you are passionate, that's the middle word tonight. When you are passionate about it, you can go for it. So we're going to take Corita from there. We can go to our brother Sally.
Okay, thanks for the opportunity. So my question is, in respect to gender, how do you see career planning in terms of ability and passion? Yes, or career planning, in choosing career planning, we don't necessarily have to focus on gender, but then when it comes to ability, having the ability to do something in passion, how do you see that?
Orita, Orita, I don't know if it is my network, but I could appreciate if you could ask that question back.
Yeah, so my question in respect to gender, how do you see career planning in terms of ability and passion? Having the ability to do something and having a passion to do something.
I think I don't know what I got your question very well, but I think you said like in terms of choosing your career, what how can you do planning in terms of your gender and choosing your I know in terms of your gender, your ability to do something as it relates to your gender.
Yeah, your ability to do something and you having
I don't
passion
know,
for
but
something.
I never got the question well.
Yeah, her question is you are saying that you should not choose your agenda based on your you should not choose your agenda based on your career based on your agenda, but you should choose your career based on your passion. So her question is what how can you differentiate probably somebody who have the passion to do something but do not have the ability? What can you say to that? Seriously, the network from Liberia to Night really,
Uh,
really disturbing.
um,
It's really bad.
I think
Wow,
that should be I think that should be
we are
one of the
losing
reasons why we are
our guest
broadcasting
speaker.
Liberia now. Yeah, man,
Oh, yeah, let
we
me
are
hear you. They are getting on our guest speaker. Let me hear you from them.
so,
let's say 5 now.
Or you can be making a point. Wow, with our guest speaker.
Okay, so like our topic for tonight, should a career be chosen based on gender, is something that is very important and necessary. Like these days, looking at both male and female, it is necessary that you choose your career based on, for my point, that's why I asked the question, having the ability. Yes, I'm a female and I would like to do this, but then if I don't have the ability to do that as a female, how am I going to do that? So that's why I addressed the question to our guest, and I think based on his response, we all going to be happy. We're going to get the clear picture, because career planning, yes, it has to do with passion in some cases, but then I see having the ability to do certain things to be more important, because yes, I may have the passion, but if I don't have the ability, how am I going to do that? So the topic is something that is very, very necessary, very, very important. Uh, we have the ability, especially for we as female, we have the ability to do so many things. We live in a society, sometimes they limit us from doing certain things, but then we have the right in choosing career. We have the right to choose whatsoever we want to choose. It's not about this thing is for men, but women also can do that thing. Like we have the saying that whatsoever men can do, women can do the same. So in choosing career, it's not about gender, it's not about being a male or a female. It's about you being competent, you having the ability to do that thing and doing it. Not not with the saying that the person is a female, she can't do this. We are female, but we are capable of doing whatever we want to do. Same with male. A career planning is not something that is limited. It's something that being a male or female is something that you can do once you chose to do this thing. Like I want to become this. Yes, despite my gender, I'm going to achieve, and this is what I'm going to become. So, in my point of view, gender has nothing to do with choosing your career.
Okay, we'll listen to Uldo that giving her point. So, Mr. Douglas, let me listen to you. Mohammed.
Uh, oh, because I was kind of like confused. You said Dukley. Anyway, I claim it because Dukley they are scholars as well. um, am I audible, right? Well, let me be thankful to God Almighty Allah for giving us this important time to discuss our ongoing topic, career or career hour, especially choosing career based on the gender. Like I listened to our guest panelist tonight, is doing justice to the topic. Uh, of course, a lot of things that he said, I agree with him, and I intend to go in a same direction. We as a human beings, it's kind of like difficult for us to ascribe or for us to decide that we should segment the career. Let's say uh, this particular career is good for this people or this group of people, or not good for this group of people. I don't think career selection or choosing career should based on gender as far I'm concerned, because if you do that, you have to do what we call giving incentive or encouragement to other segment that have desire to do certain career, but because you as a father or because you as a nation or as a country decided to choose a career or decide a career based on a gender, if you do that, the desireness of people to study or to have certain lifetime career will be somehow disencouraged, and I'm sure people will have a career based on that without necessarily having a mindset that they love this particular career. Yeah, we should we should allow people to decide a career regardless of gender, regardless of whatever segmental we may have in our society, or regardless of religious or whatever. Career, it should be human, individual pursuit. You should desire for it, and no one should decide that this particular career good for this particular career. Like you might see some country there are a lot of segment, let's say women doing certain courses, and might consider those courses to be feminist courses. Let's say for accountants, social sciences courses, sociology, English, histories, or you name it. Some people might go as far as saying that those courses are not very strong. So I think it's better for a woman or a female to do chores. Yeah, that should be an individual convention, individual desire, but not something like an individual should choose that. Let's say some people can do it. Actually, some people can do it. I see a lot of women even doing nursing because they believe certain group of people believe within their tribal line or within their regional line or within their belief that female should be doing nursing as compared to male. So even seeing a man or male counterpart going to nursing, they will feel like such person is weak or such person is not very strong enough to muster courage to study something difficult. And if to say that there's a yardstick to really determine well, which goals or what is meant for women or what is meant for men. I've not seen anything in human life that we as a man can do in terms of study, in terms of hard work, in terms of earning or ability that women cannot equally do. I believe so. Uh, when it comes to religious aspect, there are things religiously women cannot do, but not based on a career, not based on a study, not based on a lifetime goal. Because career is something that, like we normally say, you can have short-term career, you can have short-term goal, and you can have long-term goal. Once you base on your life based on a long-term goal or long-run goal, then that means it is something like you are doing for your lifetime. And such things should not be based on a gender, should not be based on she is supposed to do it because it's a feminine course, or he is supposed to do it because it is masculine course. No, uh, women, we have had in Egypt best of the physicians as a female. We have had mathematicians female. We have had astronomers female. So there's no boundary. There's no set of gender to say this person should do this. Like our guests were talking about, somebody asked a question concerning about uh, uh, how do you call restaurant waiter or waitress. Anybody can do anybody. I believe that's my belief. I believe, and I stand to be corrected. that anybody as human being can do anything that is humanly possible. That is humanly possible. And one, the idea that one can do it better than others, I believe that should be based on individual determination. Is for me, for example, whatever I choose in my life, if I decide to go into it based on my determination, my seriousness, I may overrun Ronika in a particular field. If only if she's studying the same desire or she's pursuing same goal, or she can do it better than me based on her convention and her desire. That's why we have a grading system in every stages of our career time. Like you go to school academically in the class, not everyone will emerge as a first student. Some people will come last, some people will come first. So career should not be based on desiredness of segregation based on gender. On that note, as we wait for our guests, I will stop here so we all can share this idea lengthily.
Good. We want to say welcome and welcome to the change. Wherever you are calling us this hour, we want to say welcome. You are listening to a group of young people discussing the topic on our discussion today's show, a career be chosen based on gender. So we're gonna listen to our Nika from there, then I will comment.
Okay, so Elijah, I want to go back to Orita question because that question is very important. Like she said, once it's answered, then we can actually get the clear picture. And it's so sad that our guest have problem with his internet, so he couldn't go on with that question. But I want to say something on it. Passion and ability when it comes to you selecting your career, whether male or female. One thing we should know, we should look at that is that you being passionate about something doesn't mean that you can succeed it. You have to get the skills, like you have to have that ability to do it. So we shouldn't just limit it on passion, because I can have the passion of becoming an electrical engineer, or for example, let's say interior decoration. I have the passion for interior decoration, but do I have the skills, do I have the ability to pursue that career? So we should look in that direction too, because it's once we define that and we combine these two things, your passion and your abilities, which is the same thing like your skills or talent, it's going to be a strong point that we can use to succeed our career. Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. And another thing, I in our society, I've seen a lot of females selected a course based on gender. Most of our female feel like all the science courses, all the mathematics courses should be studied by a male, which sometimes we try to limit ourselves. We don't push harder because we always hide behind our gender, because people say females are weak. But I think people misjudge that entire phrase, like when they say female are weak. And the thing is, I don't think is talking about physical strength. Like I think it's limited to physical strength, because female, we are also one of the powerful being on earth. Once we put our mind to something, we are very persuasive, if you notice. So once you try to fit your ability and your passion, I don't think we should be choosing our field of study based on being a female. Because most time people will say, okay, like if you do this at this stage, you'll find out like most of the engineering, like geologists, those fields, you don't really find females there. They are mostly dominated by male. And because we feel like it's a male field, which of course we shouldn't be in such direction. So I hope most of our females are listening tonight, that we should take in consideration that we shouldn't limit ourselves, and to both female and male, let us also know that whether you have the passion for this thing, it does not mean that you can pursue it or you can succeed. You also have to get the ability, like Orita said. You have to get the ability, you have to get the skills, or you have to get the talent in order to fulfill that dream you want to accomplish. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. I listened to you, but I listened to all of you very well, and you spoke, you know, actually to your point. And we're talking about ability. We do understand that, and you try mentioning a few things here that if you, particularly if you look at the engineering department and other departments, you understand that you have less of female in that department, though females are there, but you're going to find like 2% of them. So if you are telling me that we should look at ability, so why, what is the cause that you're going to find less female in certain departments? Because you are now blinking the fact of passions and ability to give us a suitable career. So why you think you find less of female in certain part of the career?
Yeah, Elijah.
You are audible.
Okay, like these days, we young people, especially female, we sometimes see some courses like engineering, computer science to be so difficult. But actually, we have the ability. It's something that once we put our all into, we you'll find out that you really have the ability to do that. But sometimes because of fear that, oh, this thing is difficult, from day one I have noticed more men or male doing the course. So probably when I go to do it, it will be very difficult. But sometimes it's because of fear that we female don't involve or don't choose like courses like engineering or computer science, because we feel it's going to be challenging, or it's something that we are not going to be able to do. But honestly, we have the ability. Sometimes once you start to do that particular course, you notice that you are capable. It's something that you can do once you put time and you put energy into it. So it's not about we or female not doing it because they don't want to do it. Sometimes it's because of fear. But the honest truth is they have the ability. It's something that they can do once they decide to do it.
Good. Good. Is that it is that it's really difficult, or it's because of the society perception that the society we find ourselves in today? Because people will understand, like I think somebody said, if you go to find a male probably serving as a chef, it
Yeah.
beat your imagination, right?
Yeah.
In certain society, you're going to find certain people doing, certain gender dominating certain part of the society or certain part of the career, right? So is it because it's so difficult that you feel female cannot do or certain gender cannot do? That's the reason for which they are not going in that direction, or is based on the perceptions of the environment or the society?
So yeah, for me it's not difficult. Like based on a society where people see men doing, for the past time men have been the one doing a particular post, so then probably it's not good for female because of fear. But honestly speaking, it's not difficult. It's just because of the society belief that is preventing more female from doing those courses.
Yeah, because I will give you few other things that we usually see people doing a certain gender doing. If you look at the kindergarten, right, the daycare, we say so the daycare. When it comes to people, teachers, actually when they are finding teachers, they usually put up qualifications for women. They say women are highly preferable in that. So why you think it's a cause? It's because they are caring. It's because they have the ability to do that. Is or it's because if you find a male, taking care of a lot of children that are very difficult to control, the society in itself is going to bully them, going to say a whole lot of things about them. Now, if you come let me come back a bit to India on the medical field. Most of the nurses you see here, it's very difficult to see a male nurse. I'm not saying they don't exist, but it's very difficult to see them because India is a traditional based country. They believe in tradition. That's why I ask, is based on the ability or it based on the society? Now, if someone going to the hospital, especially for let's say a female who is going for a checkup, what's going to happen is that you're going to see that more females going to go there to do the examinations, to carry on some of this checkup. So I think it's also one of the major things that hindering this whole career issues, career planning about gender. We also have the fear of society involvement. Society is heavily involved with our career planning. I'm in a society where I want to become probably a kindergarten teacher. But go back to the in Liberia, how many of our males are there in the kindergarten school? Daycare are taking care of K2 or nursery. It's very difficult to see. In those positions, you always see male dominance, female dominance, only because it's not that they don't have the passion. They have the passion, some of them have the ability to do as well, but only because they are afraid of the society. They feel that the society is going to bully them, somebody is going to say something about them. So I think the bottom line here is if you are planning your career, you don't take all these things into consideration. Like our guest said, you go for your passion, you go for what you want. But our society is actually playing a major role in career building. And there are certain places they are traditional based. They are traditional based, especially when you go to the interior side of Liberia or other places. There are certain point in time male do not interfere in certain aspects of the career or certain aspect of their life. They bring in female. In the same way, certain time of certain career, you will not see, let's say, male actually come in. Female is also going to come in. So I think the society is actually playing major role when it comes to career planning. Yeah, Arunika, you want to say something?
Yes, I agree with you. Society has a very, 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 very big role on that because, like I said, people bully each other a lot in our society. And for you will also find out that they have where people put up vacancy and then they say female should they encourage female to apply. Meaning like for example like this or customer care service. They encourage a lot of women to apply for that position. And I think that like we were talking about ability and we're talking about passion. All come down to it. So you have the passion to take care of, for example, you want to work in a nursery area to take care of kids. But do you have the patience for those kids? Do you have that skills to make them to stop crying, to keep dating? That's another thing. That's where you come in with the females, because you find out most female have patience. They are good at taking care of kids. So that's why you see most often our society today, when they put this kind of diseases out, they encourage our females to apply. Even in the customer care area, they believe that they will apply their patience and the way they talk. But they also have people who are very patient mannered too. They also have males who knows how to talk to people, and they also have them who know how to convince. So the thing is both ways. And we should limit
Yeah,
ourselves.
Aronika, we have a caller on the line who wants to make his contribution. So let hear from the caller. Hello, caller. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Ibrahim Valley Kamara. Yeah, and I'm calling from Louisiana, Punjab State.
Okay, let's hear you, Chief.
Yeah, it is actually noted that there is a large gender gap in major field of studies and profession belief, which is believed as a bias against women. And this means that fewer women compared to men are choosing to pursue some high-end professions such as engineering, such as economics, and other science and math-based careers. So this is my question. What is the methodology will females apply to reach their goal in acquiring higher-end profession as their career? Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Said if you listen to his question, he's asking what's the methodology that a female can apply to reach there, because his fear is that he's looking at the standard that have been set probably by society, probably by society that a female should be this before getting involved into a particular career, like like he named some of them: economics, engineering. So that's the question. What could be some of the methodologies? What are some of the mentors that females can actually put into place that can enable them to break those type of barriers that will enable them to go forward? So we listen. Can you address this question?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. He just, I think Abraham just posted something. I don't know if you can read that. Let's just, before I come to his question, maybe he's speaking this from another base analysis. Can you read what he just posted?
I think the same question he asked, that just what he just posted, is that it is noted that there is a large gender gap in major fields of studies and professional belief. So I think he's trying to, he does the same question.
Okay, Elijah, even though I think I understood him well, but you were not audible. But anyway, let me say this. Actually, there is a gap. There is a major gap in terms of entry into a particular discipline, and the gap is based on the mindset of the society, our personal thinking. There is a career path guideline called 101. If you go into that guideline, I think I have it, I will share it in our group. If you go into that guideline, you will understand human being, we are categorized. We are categorized. So people like to explore and go into a field that they feel like is very challenging, especially from the men counterpart as compared to the female. Okay, we may have a dominant factors of men into a particular discipline, like most of science related courses, as compared to female. But that doesn't mean we are talking about dominant and desiredness and ability. So ability is not lack of. There should be no choice to say uh, female as in general do not have the ability to excel, but the desire based on the society can put female out of this content based on the location or geographical terrain of an individual. For example, in the case of Liberia, it would be hardly to see a female studying physics or to see females studying mathematics up to a doctor degree level or up to a master degree level, or it will be difficult to see female in highly pure science related courses. Reason being is that our mindset from I'm speaking from the point of view of Liberia. Okay, our mindset towards those courses made it so, and our ability, individual trait, your as individual human being, we do not lack of any ability to excel in any course, but the gap of society being created based on the lack of qualities. Maybe our society is predominant of female, and they are not mainly encouraged to really go into those courses because we are family driven personnel, especially for a country like import driven country that is basically dominant on uh, transportatory income. Let's say in our society, you have more than 65% or 60% of people that live in our region do not depend on themselves, depend on other people. So, based on our desires, they would like to trade into something that will be a short term goal. Let's say 4 years, 5 years at maximum, but not to trade into something that will have long-term goal. At the end of the day, they think like what the benefit would they incur, and most of them will think about the quality of that particular fee. Let's say in Liberia, you do not have what will you as an individual right now, what will you encourage if you see a female person who is studying physics and he wants or she wants to be physicist? What would be your encouragement? What would be your statement? First, you will look at Liberia and consider Liberia as a whole. How many phases we have in Liberia as a whole? How many person, when you go to a department or you go to a science college, you go to a department of physics, you'll see how many Liberian pursuing courses in there. And based on that, you would draw the analysis that most of those guys, they are now depending on family who will be able to settle them for the long-term goal. So like Arrow was saying, that job opportunity, female, we are programs. Our mindset have been programmed, especially for a developing nations. We we intend to go for something that we can achieve in a long period of time, and not being able to finance it. That is another aspect, and the longevity of study alone can discourage an individual to pursue that. For customer service, for accountants, for economics, for sociologists, for history, for journalism or mass communication, you will see female heavily involved into those areas, because at the end of the day, to attain the attainability of the goal in a particular area is very short. So at the end of the day, they will pursue it because they have short period to gain whatever discipline they will gain in there, with the qualification, with not just like a qualification, but with competency that they can compete with the rest of the world. So, and you will find out that in Liberia, you have you have more female pursuing social science courses as compared to that of Ghana. like recently, as per what my observation in Ghana, you children, people think like they want to go to school, they just want to become someone, not necessarily becoming a breadwinner for the family at the end of the day. But Liberia is unlike Ghana. In Liberia, you will go to school. At the end of the day, the moment you graduate, your family depending on you. I have a brother by the name of I don't know if I can call his name here. Okay, he's only interested that he want to be scientist. Okay, so by the virtue that he have that mindset, he think like no one should decide to to demand from him whatever things that you need to as an extension to another family member. So he doesn't want people to come to him for any extension or help because he want to live his life to pursue certain goal that he believed no one has achieved that in Liberia. So he programmed himself. He have that mindset. He go into that fee. Okay, so every one of us will left him just like that. Okay, but now to what point will he achieve his desire? Because to become the kind of person that he wants to be, he needs to excel in an advanced country. He cannot remain in Liberia to become shots. And you can be in Liberia, you become a good mass communicator. You become a good sociologist. You become a good historian. You become a good accountant, and you become a good economist. Okay, so I think that's why you see more female pursuing lesser or social science related courses as compared to HPO science related courses.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you so much for your point. I will listen to him there. But Oita say will come in very shortly after we're going to get Aronika because we are running out of time. But just to address his question, he is asking where's the methodology where a female apply to reach their high and acquire goals. You see, like we were saying, right? If we are taking career planning, there are a lot of factors that are affecting the process of planning your career. We just look at some of them. But we don't talk about having the passion is one, we agree. The passion should be there, but you must have the ability. That's one. Two, we also look at another factors from the society. The society themselves have a greater role to play in career path or career planning. So as an individual, like you limit it directly to female, as a female who wants to enter a particular career, like you mentioned, some engineering and the rest of them, all you have to do, you have to take on a mantle of courage. Have the courage, know that by what means, what society is going to say, based on your one thing, you first have to have the passion, mentor one, because you ask for mentors, right? Have the passion. Two, you must have the ability. Three, you need to get the courage. Everybody you see today that are successful, they were very persistent in doing it despite. Today, you can take your mobile phone, you sit and you say, okay, I want to become probably a broadcaster. And you start your Facebook Live. After 1, 2 days, only one watching you. 2, 3 days, only one watching you. But do you have the courage to continue looking at yourself after you post a video, after 2, 3 weeks, only one looking at it? It's going to break you down. So you need the courage. You need to have the ability. So for a female entering any high profile course, like you mentioned them, they need to have the courage. No, they have the brain, they have all mechanisms that they can put in place to actually attain or enter in any high professional courses. But with the lack of courage, with the lack of ability, with the lack of probably having the passion, from my end, I don't think it's possible. So they need to have all these things set up. So we listen to Aronika, we take Orita say we are very sorry that our guest is having some technical problem. He couldn't attend the show with us. So we hope to get him back so that we can probably go more into the topic. But we're going to listen to Aronika, from there we'll take Orita, and then we try to summarize because we are actually running out of time.
Yes, Elijah. So, I think you said almost everything to his question. Like for me, I'll recommend that every female should have self-esteem. Like the last time we talked about finding yourself, you should know your strength and getting to such course. Like you give example for the engineering courses, the mathematic courses. You as a female, if you want to reach in that field, you should be very persuasive, you should be focused, you should be sure about what you want to do. And there are so many things that you have to cut off because that requires a lot of time. I believe that you have to give less time to to a lot of things around you, and you have to put in more time to what you are about to study or what you are studying. So if you, yes, it's true. That's what I said earlier. And I said like if you do this at this stage, you'll find out that most females are not in those fields. Yes, society is one. Yes, but you too gotta be confident, like Elijah said. You have to be strong because it is not easy to survive in this society. People criticize, people bully, so you have to be strong. Once you are confident, once you are persuasive, once you know what you want as a female, I think for those females that I find clamping on board, most of them work with LEC, the electric the power stuff in Liberia. So I think those females are people that believe in themselves. They are confident. So no matter what people will say about them, you see them claiming poor, they don't care. They know what they want. Those people are very amazing, and they are actually hard to find. To see you choosing your career and what the world will think, you are not giving ear to them. It's about you. The entire career process is about you. It's about what you want. It's about you doing something that you will get an income from, and not just doing something for something that you'll be comfortable doing, and something that you can fit in to do for the rest of your life. So yes, I think you can dominate that very fees, but if they are passionate, they are courageous, they are persuasive, they are persistent, yes, they can do it. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's listen to Oita. Let listen to Oita. Oita wants to come there. Let listen.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I think Sherry mentioned something about doing away with certain mindset. As a female, if you want to break barriers, you gotta do away firstly with that mindset. What people believe that female cannot do this, you cannot do this because of this. I believe is all they are all saying. Firstly, you get rid of that mindset. And secondly, I respect females who use other female success story as motivation. Like now we live in modern days, we have other females doing engineering, computer science. So what can you do? If this person can do this, yes, I can do it. I see this person is a lady and the person is doing engineering, this person is studying computer science, or the person obtain a degree in computer science or this field. Yes, I can do it because the person is a female, I'm a female. So looking at what I have in me and looking at what the person have in me is passion and consistency. I can use this person as a motivation to do what I want to do. It's all about believing in yourself and with consistency and using other people's success story as a motivation for you. I believe that you can achieve whatsoever you want to achieve and you can become whosoever you want to be. It's not about holding on the whole old saying wherein female we cannot do this, we cannot do that. It's about you creating your own saying within your mind that people say this, but this is this. We are females and we can do anything we want to do, despite what people say in the past that we are weak or we cannot do this because we are female, that men supposed to do this other course or whatsoever. You just have to believe in yourself and use other people's story to motivate you. Thank you.
Thank you. So our brother can come there.
Like I said, first of all, there's no specific methodology. Like AB was saying, that first your mindset, you just need to do away with the mindset. I there are 16 personalities, human personalities. In this each of these 16 human personality, there is no specific gender based on that. To say this gender they are not capable. I told you capability is by human trait. God created all of us with certain natural endowment. That ability is within us. So once you plug your mindset that you can do it, you can do it. Once you plug your mind that says you cannot do it, you cannot do it. And all of the discipline that we just described are all fall under these 16 personalities. Okay, this 16 personality normally people call it major bright personality trait. So major bright personality trait, I was reading it. When you go to each of these personality, you will find that there is specifically all human being based on gender, the two sexes that we have can all achieve that. There's nothing impossible for human being. There's nothing impossible that is meant for human being to do that we cannot do, unless it's something that is godly, that only God is involved. So both men or female can do it. So you are like I sent it to our group there. If you look at the 16 major bright personality type, you have orchestrator, orchestrators. You in this, you will analyze that you will have people here, both female and male, high science related courses. Very difficult. And you yourself, you will decide to say, okay, I want to be this kind of person. If you read truly who is orchestrator, and if you read who is rationalist, in rationalist, these people they also have a desire or field of study that they want to learn. So you become a rationalist. Then you have another group called humanitarian. In humanitarian, there is no specific to say that there's no science courses attached to this. People by nature, you can decide to say, okay, I want to be humanitarian. You can identify this trait within yourself. That whether who are you good at this? Are you good at orchestrating? Are you good at exploring? Or are you good at as humanitarian? And you have imaginative. Imaginative people, these are people that can do great things, impossible things. They just imagine, they go into those fields, they feel like they have nothing to achieve there. Based on the time factor, they don't think about the time factors. And in this area, you can sense that there are a lot of numerous female into this particular discipline. They're imaginative, they go for it, they don't attach time value to it. So they just imagine into that. And in this, you will even find that even musicians they can be imaginative. Then you have organizers. If you observe yourself, whether are you good at organizing issues, are you good at putting things in perspective, you will find that even you can be a police, you can be a legal counselor, you can be a supply chain manager, you can be a medical, you can be inspector, you can be a financial analyst, even data analyst. Then you can also be and imagine yourself to say, okay, I see myself as protector. If you see yourself as protector, you try to go deep in yourself to validate yourself, to thoroughly study yourself, whether are you good as being a protectionist. Okay, then you become a protector. In this field you can find a science related course in it, you can see a pure science related course in it, social science related course in it, you know, you name it. So there's no boundary. Then you have explorer, like I said, Explorer, these are people that they have no monetary goals attached to it. They face their mind, they go to it. Even it will take them to be a 20 years before they become a real person that they want to be. Most of these people they base on their analysis on fact, on factual analysis, not like observation or sensing it. They just go for it. Okay. Now you have another one called Mastro. Mastro, these people are phenomenals. Okay, these people are phenomenals. And you found out you can have a female in this, you can have a high science related courses into this. Okay, like she was talking about computer science, just plug your mind. You can also see a particular course here, somebody can become a master. You will see that the person is just a beautician, or maybe cosmetology, okay, or graphic designer. Then you will go again beyond that, you will see that this person is highly science personnel. Then you have people also call that they gave themselves a directive, like they call themselves a chief. But most of these people they become executive, they become emergency manager or entrepreneur or corporate strategy or politicians because they are good at what giving instructions. Okay, if you are orators, people are there very good at analyzing, articulative. They before you speak, they already know what you're trying to say, and they can better explain. They can better articulate the situation better than you. Even you yourself, you possess a particular degree in it, but once you give them a particular, a day or 1 minute lecture, they will be able to explain better than you. You can. That's why you see some people they have a degree, but you see that they will not be able to explain themselves well because they are not orator. Okay, in this regard, you can see also high science related or pure science related course. You can see social science related course in this, and they can become anybody. They can be public relation. They can be a CEO director. They can be engineering. Like somebody was talking about engineering courses. So it doesn't matter which kind of person that you are, based on your sex, based on your gender. You can become anybody that you want to become, unless you don't frame your mind. You have people again who are very hero. We call them the hero. They are very good at becoming the end of it. They become a projector, they become a breadwinner, they become a successful person, they become an actor or front runner of it. Then these people, they can be a teacher, they can be counseling, they can be human resource manager, they can also be politician, they can be life coaching, and they can be motivational speaker. Okay. Then you have motivators. No, so the list going. If you verify yourself, are you a motivator? Can you give a motivational speech? Can you not only about giving a motivational speech, can you be able to easily convince people? Can you be able to someone maybe might not be a starter? Can you do a push start for someone? Can you try to make someone to be active or proactive into doing something? You know, then people like that, we have all of these people, we have all segment of people in this category, and you have the executive. The executive, in like I explained before, you have say engineer, you have credit analysis, you have insurance, you have or high science related course in this. They are even considering themselves to be chemists. Okay, now you have entrepreneur. Entrepreneur, there were our people involved back then in our home. People, majority of us will consider ourselves to be entrepreneur. That's why we pursue a management courses, we pursue entrepreneur courses, we go into political science, we go into real estate, we go into acting, we go into in the field reporting or human resources courses that will be able to give us short-term goal analysis with the mindset that we want to be an executive because entrepreneur. So like I said, you have delegates. People are there also who are very good at becoming a delegate. Okay, like let's go on. You have Intotino, the Intotino people also there, up to the last. There are 16 human trade. This out of 16 human trade to conclude, like I said, from onset, Abraham, there's no specific methodology. It's just like the society, we are not being fair to ourselves. Sometimes even our family member they can do that. They will see as a female, she's very smart, she's intelligent, she's capable, she have the self-conviction that she can go ahead and pursue a particular discipline. But because of the society she found herself, the society might put her in difficult situation. At the end of the day, she will not be able to excel in a particular field. So thereby leading her into a course that will be like with society driven or society need. Based on society need, immediate need, people will tend to go into that particular area. Like somebody were talking about receptionists, front desk runners. Most of these jobs are mainly for the female or receptionists. The reason is so simple. Now the world is becoming so manipulative. They are saying like, okay, it is attractive to have a female as a receptionist because that will attract the customer base. These are coming from a philosopher, people that have had high level of high studies, and they put in certain research to put that whether it's workable or not. If you put a Sharif and Sharif is a male, and you put Aronika is a female, you put two of us as a receptionist, and let's see both of them who will be able to attract the customer based on the society thinking perception. If we are in a society, and that society majority of men, they are now thinking on different things, appreciating the beauty, then definitely she will have, upper stand there and to be employed as compared to me. But wherein if she has zero skill in that particular area, that also can be a push factor to pull her out of the job. So to conclude, there's no specific methodologies. It's just a mindset of an individual and the society we find ourselves. We all have the ability, human natural ability to excel in any field. And all I can say to everybody is that don't program yourself. Just focus yourself and know who you are. Are you good at this? Are you a realist or are you a rationalist? Are you a orator? Are you an executive? Are you a chief? What are you good at? What you are good at, the moment you analyze, you are capable to sense it. Whether you are entertainer or you are a leader, you will do something to program yourself and focus yourself into that direction.
Okay, thank you very much. Probably we have gone out of time, so at this junction, we want to draw down getting on to these editions of the Exchange Career Hour. So we hope that we bring this topic next week again to look at because it's very, 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 very interesting. We're going to look at that from all from all dimensions. So we want to say thank you at these junctions. Every good thing must have an end. We want to call this a day and want to say bye bye and bye bye for now. Thank you.
Yelling,